Kava's definitely taken the crown on that action step there, but California poppy also has effects on here too. But let's keep rolling. Where were we? Okay. The sedative, anxiolytic, and analgesic effects. So very calming, kind of putting you on the couch, reducing that anxiety. But the analgesic properties too, helping with pain. Present in the plant include, and then a bunch of fancy words, most abundant followed by another fancy word. Previous studies have been shown that have these compounds involved with herb drug interactions was reported to increase CYP3A4 and CYP1A2 expression in HepG2 liver cells via activation of the pregnant X receptor, while californidide and then a bunch of crazy words were found to inhibit the activity of certain cytochrome CYP450 enzymes using human liver microsomes and P glycoprotein in MDCK2 cells. Holy crap. A lot of words there. A lot of words there. But needless to say, you are having an effect on the liver here too. So when I bring up the Dutch test later, you'll see how you can impact these liver pathways, the neurotransmitters, and the GI all in one. This whole second paragraph, if you want to screenshot that one, that is pretty much getting into how it impacts the GI there. But I'll save you some pain by me going through it. So either way, here we go. Other GABA allosteric modulators acting as benzodiazepine sites, including alkaloids from the California poppy herb, which is used to induce relaxation and sleep. So pretty interesting how we combine to the same receptors here as a benzo without having all of the damaging effects to the human body that will come from that thing. Because there's not a single med out there that doesn't have side effects. Just saying. But more. California poppy. We got the alkaloids in there and several other active components here too that affect the GABA-A receptor and serotonin receptor. So this is why most female patients love California poppy, because you are impacting multiple systems there and having so many beneficial effects on all of these things. So California poppy dominant in my practice and basically helping these women out whenever they have issues with anxiety and stress and all these things. And obviously using labs to measure just show you which ones to be utilizing and how to target certain people based on how their body's adapting to certain things. But now the most studied one out there being Valerian. So Valerian for sleep, a systematic review and meta-analyses. Like I said, this is by far the most researched herb for sleep. The largest body of evidence for GABA-A modulation is associated with valerian root, which is widely utilized to reduce latency of sleep onset and increase sleep quality. Valerian root extract contains over 150 chemical constituents, including alkaloids, terpenes, organic acids, and their derivatives, valproates, and flavones. GABA itself may be present in the valerian extracts, although its bioavailability is more questionable. Notably, small differences have been reported between extracts from plants grown in different conditions and processed in a different manner. This is why we do our herbs the way that we do them, because where they're planted, how they're harvested, how long they're extracted for changes the potency, the concentration, and the purity of these things. So it matters, and you can't take a powderized form of these things and have the same effect. So if you don't believe me, here it is. Producers that have standardized protocols of plant growth and extract preparation aimed at reducing variability. Studies in these tissue cultures and animal models suggest that components of valerian extract possess prominent dose-dependent GABA agnostic activity. So agnostic, you're promoting more of it. Let me get this up here too. Several indirect effects on GABA have been reported for various medicinal plant extracts. Valerian root extract may mediate inhibition of enzymatic destruction of GABA, increasing GABA availability. So, not only having a little bit of those constituents in there, but also having effects on these receptors too. And like I said, valerian, by far the most studied in terms of herbs for sleep. But extracts of the jujube seeds and valerian directly interact with serotonin receptors.